Dan last stand because we can't let these gosh darn vampires win. And it sounds like we are ready to go for quite possibly the greatest match of game and runner on the marathon. We have this run of BPM, bullets per minute by bullets. Bullets, take it away.
All right. Thank you very much for that introduction. Hope everyone's doing well. Enjoyed the Hades run. This is BPM bullets per minute. It is a very unique game because it's a roguelite with the catch of you have to shoot and reload and jump and dodge and beat with the music as it's going. So there'll be a lot going on with that. And because you guys were very generous enough to donate towards the incentive, we will be doing this game on hard. So if we die, blame all of you. With me, I have Meta, who's gracefully decided to come on and help with commentary for this.
Hello. Yeah, so I ran BPM for a little bit. I'm not as good as bullets at this game, but it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. There's a lot of depth to this game, and it's really interesting to see how a run plays out due to the roguelike aspects. So I'm interested to see how this goes.
All right, so Meta's going to take over things once we start getting going, but we're going to get this run started in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, awesome. So as you'll see, it said Asgard 1 there. So there's 8 floors in total, and each of them has a different theme and introduces new enemies, new items, that sort of thing. And so we got a decent room here. You'll notice back there was it's an anvil icon. That is the armory, but because we're playing as a character called Njord, who has infinite ammo and just like low damage, we don't really need the armory. The only thing that is in the armory that you might want is a damage up, but it doesn't do too much, and we'd rather find some items like this one. So this is a golden chest. Max HP, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
we're looking
good
for safety. So
yeah, so what we usually get from those gold chests is different items. If you look in the bottom left, there's an equipment little dial, I guess. I don't know. There's a place where all our equipment goes. We can have one of each type. And usually from gold chests, you get some sort of equipment, and each of them fits into one of those slots. And we're looking for something like that, but instead we got max health, which isn't a bad thing because yours starts with 50 HP. And the 50 HP,
nice hop.
Since enemies do 25 HP in damage for almost all their attacks, it's nice to have a little bit more wiggle room. You want to get that extra HP before you get out of the first couple of levels, because every 2 levels, like Meta was explaining, there's a different kind of area you enter, so there's different enemies, and the difficulty spikes up usually. So we have a shop over here, and we have the best character in the entire game called Hugin. Hugin is a giant raven, so we're going to take a second. All right, we're good now.
Unfortunately, you cannot pet him.
You cannot yet, hopefully. In the future.
One day. One day.
I'm holding out for it. Infinite ammo. That's great. We already have infinite ammo.
Yeah, so I mentioned it briefly earlier, but I figure I'll elaborate a little bit. So Njord is not the last, I don't think, but one of the last characters. And his basically shtick is that he gets infinite ammo, but he's got super low damage and low HP. So we're going to be looking to buff those with items that we get from the shops. We won't be going to the armory, as I mentioned earlier, because the damage up that you can get there is fairly low, and we're going to be looking for items to increase our damage instead.
Yeah, and Njord can't pick up any other weapons, so the weapons that get sold there are useless to us. That was Dragor. I guess a good thing to introduce with that is the boss modifiers, which is that bosses can sometimes have different modifiers with them. It's random if sometimes they just won't have one, sometimes they will. Whoops, that's a wall.
And since we're on hard difficulty because of the incentive, we're going to be getting a lot more modifiers on bosses throughout the rest of this run, including some exclusive ones that are much more difficult. I didn't see which modifier we got with the Draugr there.
So we got Burning, which means if he gets too close, he will...
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, but he does dash towards you, so it can be bad in certain cases. But we have good enough HP that we should be fine. we're on the second floor, so none of the enemies have really changed for it. But we do have a different boss that we'll be fighting called Ymir. We'll get into him in a second, but if you want to read out a donation, since I was planning on having donations be read during the kind of intermission between floors, but we can sneak one in now while I'm fighting this room.
Sure thing. There is a $25 train going hard for Last Stand. We have $25 from Elise that says, let's make HDQ longer and get the Left 4 Dead 2 Last Stand incentive hit.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely donate for that.
Well, just a really quick update. We are just shy of $25,000. We are a bit over $24,500. We can get there very soon.
Hell yeah, let's hit that during this run.
I guess we're just getting more max HP. We're just, okay, it's going to be one of these runs. What happens a lot is either you get really good items, but you have low HP, or you get a lot of HP, but you can't really hurt anything, so.
Worth noting, I don't think we've mentioned it yet, both the Armory and Hugin's shop have like basically loyalty points, so the more stuff that you buy there, the more that is available to you, and if you reach a certain amount, which I believe is 1,500 or so.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. You get a free potion that gives you 25 HP, which is basically one shot.
So the items we picked up for this boss fight, we have a arm piece that has us move a lot quicker, and we have boots that, when we jump, do a bunch of damage. So I'm gonna try doing this against Ymir a little bit. So I'm gonna.
Did he have any modifiers?
He has no modifiers, so I can kind of.
That's lucky. That is extremely lucky.
He has some really bad ones. Okay, so he's just doing his laser beam attack there, and if he hits you with that, he just chunks away your health really, really quickly.
Can we get a donation?
Yeah, donation real quick.
Absolutely. $25 from Jockacopter. Heard something about a $25 train for Last Stand. Figured it's time I donate.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we're in the new area, and we have some lovely new enemies here. We have all these nests, which aren't new, but they just popped up for the first time. These nests will spawn flies while they're up, so you kind of want to kill them quickly, unlike what we just did.
Also, one of the new enemies on this floor is, I don't know the name of it, but he throws axes, and if you hit it enough, it freezes, and then you can't do any more damage to it. So you kind of need to prioritize other enemies. And that's something you'll see a lot, is you need to approach enemies differently, and you need to sort of make a priority list in your head. Okay, who can I attack right now, and who should I be attacking right now?
Yeah, usually enemies that have some sort of shielding mechanic, or enemies that spawn other enemies, usually end up being priorities. So like in this room, there's, whoops, never mind. That's not a priority anymore. So we have this guardian here that will shoot 4 shots at you that are these lock-on shots. If you look in the center of the screen, whenever stuff like that happens, there'll be little indicators telling you to dodge. So certain enemies kind of force you to move out of the way or dodge. And some of those dodge indicators are like, you have to dash on that beat or else you will get hit. Other ones are like, if you're moving fast enough, or something, you're able to avoid it another way. You can kind of ignore it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the third boss here, which is Vet. He has a drum. He likes hitting his drum. Oh, he's giant. So giant is double HP, and champion is also HP increase. I don't know how much off the top of my head, but not as much as giant. So he has about as much health as he can have. He's also stuck in a corner. But
champion, I believe, is 50%. Yes.
Something like that. That sounds correct. So a lot.
And giant is double, so 100% extra.
So since I have explosive landing, anytime I can jump and shoot, it's helpful to do. I just don't want to get in front of him because there's a lot of attacks that punish you for being in front of him. There's like a big burst attack, shoot out a cone of projectiles as well.
Mm-hmm.
Shockwave as well. There it is. That's what I was trying to avoid.
Also, one thing worth noting, I don't think we've discussed yet, is the abilities that a character can have. So on the right-hand side, you'll see that there's a little icon. It looks sort of like a moon. That is Njord's shield, which will protect you from one shot of an enemy. And at the top is his ultimate. It's got like a little sign thing. The ultimate, oh my god, I'm totally blanking. What does the ultimate do again?
Is a regen. The main ability is a regen that heals a little bit over 50 HP. So that's why it's important to have over 50 HP, because the regen doesn't get its value. Obviously, you can't heal 50 HP if you have 50 HP, because
You'd be dead otherwise.
if you have 0 HP, you do this thing called die, and it's not good. And generally, we like to see it not happen, but you know, if it does happen, it's okay. I'll just cry a little, and that's, you know, that happens.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about. Not even a thing. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, you know. No, if you're negative enough about it, you're like, oh, we're definitely gonna die. Like, then the opposite will happen.
It's true. The game will bless you. I don't know if it was mentioned. I think it was, but let me reiterate. This game is permadeath. So if we drop 175 HP right now, the run's over.
Yeah, there's not really iframes in this game, so you can take a lot of damage very quickly.
Things go south very fast, yeah.
Yeah, your health can go down very quickly. So that's a little, like, not really gambling thing, but you can spend a undisclosed amount of coins to that little pot there, and it'll give you something for it, and we got something not good. There's different stats in this game. The really only ones that are important for Njord are damage and speed, you know, because it's as you might expect with a speed run.
Yes.
But in general, like I said, we really want items over stats. If we can do that. Right now, we don't really have any good items, unfortunately. Never mind. Okay, thank you, game. Appreciate that.
That's awesome.
On Command gave me so this hat, after a beat delay, explodes the enemy that it's hit by, or that it hits. So every time I hit them, you'll start seeing explosions, which can hurt things around them, but also it's just a huge DPS up. So this is one of the main like carry items for Njord. So this is what we were looking for. So now the run's going to go a lot smoother.
Yeah, this is going awesome.
So the one thing we might want at this point is some room clear. So we can do a lot of like single target damage, but there's weapons that'll give us something called cleaving, which will kind of cause damage to chain over to nearby enemies. So something like that would be really nice. Or rhythmic chaos boots, which is a pair of boots that hurts things in the room when you enter it, and generally does a lot of stuff. This is Golveg, one of the hardest bosses, or the hardest boss, depending on who you ask.
Yeah, hardest.
So, cuts the arena into forts, forces you to jump. The wheel spins in erratic
Very
ways, and you
nice.
don't know which way it's going to go.
Is there any modifiers on that one?
There's lethal, actually. So it's good to be killed her quickly.
So that's really scary, actually. So lethal does more damage, and that boss already is very, very scary and can like damage you very quickly. So yeah, that went really well. Great job.
So we got space, which is a floor modifier, which makes us float. But we found the boss room immediately, so it's not going to matter much. This is Vengeful Alvis. So Vengeful is a modifier that causes these little blue balls to come towards you once you hit him. So every single time I hit him, another projectile will be shot. So it's actually like one of the worst modifiers, because it's you can't really you have to dodge them while you're dodging the normal attacks, and if you have to turn around and go the other direction, you kind of have to jump over it, and we're like really floaty anyways.
Can we get a dono?
Yeah, good time.
Absolutely. We have a $500 donation from a Wild Chansey appeared. I heard there was a $250 train. Let's get the Left 4 Dead 2 Last Stand incentive and another $250 for the Golden Sun Glitch exhibition, one of my favorite games growing up. Thanks
Very
for making
nice.
my
He's
week more
amazing.
enjoyable, and good luck to all the runners.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And a quick update. We are at $25,900 towards our $30,000 Left 4 Dead 2 Last Stand incentive. Let's keep the train going strong.
All right, so yeah, now we're on. I'm gonna do my best here. Svartalfheim 2. So this is the second segment of the Svartalfheim. That's such a hard floor name to say.
I'm just letting you do it. I can try to say it. It's like Svartalfheim.
Svartalfheim. Yeah, so this is Svartalfheim 2. There we go. I nailed it.
Perfect.
And so yeah, we are nearing the end of the run now. We just have a couple more bosses left. The next one's called Mistcalf, and it's cool.
I'm pretty sure that's what my notes on the boss say. It's cool.
Yeah.
Miscal, for some reason, tends to not have modifiers on him on hard. It's really weird. I was noticing that while I was practicing.
You've been
also,
getting
we have
really good luck with modifiers. Really, really good.
Yeah, I've been getting bad.
What's that?
What have we discussed?
Have we discussed the actual like movement yet?
So when you jump off of stairs like this, you get a bit of momentum forwards, and you can preserve that momentum by doing strafe jumps to continue to keep that. It's mostly useful for backtracking, because obviously when I'm in a room with all these enemies, I mean, there is uses for jumping off of stairs and kind of jumping to get across the room to kind of stay away from enemies. But generally, it's for backtracking when you go the wrong way, because you can sometimes go a long path and ends up being the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like that. There you go.
Very nice. Yeah. It's really actually insane how much speed you can build up rather. Sorry. You can build up a lot of speed with if you get any like items that increase speed, or obviously some of the stat increases you can get, and then you combine that with like jumping off the stairs and strafe jumping. It's really, really satisfying if you can get a nice chain going. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of areas you can use it unless you happen to be backtracking, but ideally we don't want to be backtracking, so it's kind of a weird situation.
So we have a few different enemy types to probably explain here. We have these smaller golems that are like right here. Once they take a certain amount of damage, they'll coil up, and if you hit them while they're coiled up, they will continue to keep coiling up and not taking damage. So you have to kind of either do a bunch of damage to them really quickly, or you need to hit them once and then go focus on other things. So it's one of those things, again, with prioritizing enemies, to try to go for those first. So this is Miscal.
Look at that. Yeah, no modifiers. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why he doesn't. So he puts this line on the ground, and if you walk over it, you take damage. He brings you closer. He does this attack where you have to jump and avoid it. There's this, which just spams a bunch of bullets out of the way and then dashes at you. Those are all his attacks. Now you can kill him. If I can click correctly. There you go. The line attack is actually one of the harder ones to dodge if you're just kind of walking around. Also, we have 7 keys, and we've like used none of them. All right, this is Helheim 1. This is one of the harder areas of the run, because a lot of bosses come back at this point, and there's just a lot. There's Golveg. There's the least enjoyed boss.
This is sort of like the boss rush level.
Yeah, just this area in general. So Golveg comes back, and also has other enemies around as well. We have rooms like this where we have these worms in the middle here that shoot out a bunch of homing enemies that'll just keep walking towards us the entire time, or flying towards us.
Thankfully, they're kind of slow, but...
Yeah, so you can kind of ignore them. Then we have these skeleton mages that'll fly up and then hit homing shots on you, so those are annoying.
Skeleton mages are very scary. I have died so many times to them.
Compared to normal skeletons that do nothing. They just stand there and look at you like, whatever. You've already suffered enough. It's all right.
Just chilling.
Yeah, they're just vibing. It's all right.
I would also like to say that it's worth mentioning. You'll see there's a fair bit of randomness, as you've noticed throughout the run, but I would like to say that it's probably a lot more important to have really good decision making. The decision making would separate a top player from a new player much more than the randomness would, which is really nice. Obviously, RNG not the best thing for speedruns, but it does keep things interesting.
Yeah, and like the decisions to go to a shop or to not, the decisions to pick a certain item, stuff like that. So we have double Ymir here, which is bad because he'll start spawning the homing enemies that come after you, but those ones will die as soon as you kill Ymir. But we did a bunch of damage because of our fun new helmet. Let's just check this out. I don't know, what is it? Could be anything.
What do we got?
No. It's a new hat. We can't wear it. We only have one hat on, and it's impossible to wear more than one hat. Like, no one's ever done it before. How much it is. There's literally an item that lets you wear more hats.
The fedora,
or just more items. Yes, there's a fedora in this game that lets you wear the same types of things over and over again. So, the power of the fedora, I guess. I don't know. All right, so we have Cert coming up here. Cert is a double, like a two-phase boss.
Champion.
There's a bunch of like different bubble attacks where you have to go around the bubble and dashes towards you. And unfortunately, because he dashes towards you, you can walk him off the edge. You can just walk him off the edge, and he'll dash towards you.
That double HP was really hard to deal with, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a good time. So, yeah. Fortunately, I fell off the edge again after that, but it's all right. You know.
You have time for a quick
Make
donation?
That's what it is.
Go for it. This is like a boss rush. So while we're doing this, we can read a donation quick.
Yeah, we have $102 from Kaiser Chef. A donation to match my BPM right now. That's beats per minute. There aren't any bullets rattling around in there. At least I don't think there are.
Thank you very much.
I hope so.
The $5 train is also still going strong to help us get to that $30,000
gosh.
Left 4 Dead 2 incentive. We just passed
Very nice.
$26,000, so we are still going strong.
Oh, baby.
Hello? Oh, I thought I pressed the lever and nothing happened. I was about to freak out. So you press the lever, enemy, like a boss and a couple of enemies come out, and you fight them. And you have to do these 3 different rounds. It's kind of like the challenge rooms we skipped. There's these different challenge rooms that we never end up going towards during the run because they take a bunch of time and they give you a couple items, but not really worth it. Not worth. We gotta go fast.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go fast.
All right, so this is the only non-boss. This dude just has a shield, and he just throws it aggressively at you, and then just magically has another shield. I can believe people shooting magic from their hands, but people regenerating shields, I don't know about that. That's a little out there. All right, so this is Nidhogg. This is the final boss of the game.
He's a good boy. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
He's a bad boy. He's a bad boy.
So these bubbles, you have to walk inside them while they're not moving. So while we're shooting to the beat and dodging things, we also need to walk into these bubbles for the first phase. This is actually a 2-phase boss. We can't walk off the edge. Unsurprisingly, the flying boss cannot be defeated so easily. So
What a shame.
after health goes halfway, the dog will land and then start doing a lot more bubbles, like half bubbles towards us like that. Homing shots, a bunch of bursts of bullets, and more of these homing shots we need to dodge. So as soon as the screen goes fully white, that's when time will be. We just need to... Actually, at this point, we have so much health, we can probably just kind of tank everything. You can't kill me anymore. I'm invincible. So timing will be after this final little fill right here, and...
There we go.
Time.
We didn't die.
We didn't die. You know, that's a win for everybody.
That is a win.
So thank you very much for allowing me the chance to show off BPM for GDQ. It was very stressful. I've done 8 GDQ runs, and this is the most stressed I've been before a run. Thank you everyone for hanging out and supporting us and donating towards this. Definitely keep supporting the Left 4 Dead 2
Absolutely.
incentive, and I will see you guys all on Friday morning because I've got another run to do. Yay!
All right. Yeah. Thank you all for watching very much. If you find this game interesting, definitely check out the Spooner.com leaderboard. Thank you to the moderators. We do have a Discord. Feel free to join that if you have any questions. And yeah, run BPM. It's a good game.
Thank you so much, Bullets, and thank you, Meta, for that very, very, very awesome speed run of BPM. The $5 train and its various multiples are going incredibly strong right now. We have a $25 donation from Mucho Beans. It says, here's for the Left 4 Dead incentive and to working to destroy cancer. We have $5 from Emertzi. Hopping on that $5 train. Let's meet that Left 4 Dead incentive and 500K. And a $25 donation from Brodell. I love GDQ and I love Left 4 Dead. Let's make Last Stand happen. Well, we're doing our very best to get there. We are just under $26,500 of $30,000 to hit that Left 4 Dead 2 Last Stand incentive. We can get there, everyone. Every little bit is going to help us get there. So if you're able, we are so grateful for all of the donations you have. Right now, we are going to take a break to hear from our sponsors. Awesome Games Done Quick 2021 Online is brought to you by Fangamer. Fangamer is a video game merch company with new AGDQ merchandise available now, including an event badge, a limited edition pin, a desk mat, a mug, socks, and much more. 100% of the profits from GDQ merch sales supports the Prevent Cancer Foundation. You can see more and see all of the merchandise available at www.fangamer.com/GDQ. AGDQ 2021 Online is also brought to you by Olea. Olea is a game about Faraday's quest, a man shipwrecked, then trapped in the mysterious country of Terraphage. Armed with a legendary harpoon, he and other castaways try to leave this hostile country to return to their homelands. Olea hits PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch on January 28th. All right, that is going to do it for me as your host for this part of the marathon. Thank you so much for some incredible hype chat, some incredible donations, and for helping us raise money to help a great cause. We are at $27,284 towards that $30,000 Left 4 Dead 2 Last Stand incentive, and I know we are going to get that soon. AGDQ 2021 Online will be back after this quick Twitch ad break, and when we come back, you will be graced by the melodious voice of an eternal enigma. So stick through these Twitch ads. We will be right back.
All right, welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2021 Online, powered by Twitch. I am an eternal enigma. I am here to begin hosting for the spooky block, but we've got something coming up before that. Before we get to that, before we get to our recap, let me let you know about our upcoming incentive. Our next game is going to be Left 4 Dead 2. We've got a last stand bid incentive, and it's pretty darn close, but it's just not there yet. If we hit $30,000 on last stand, Waifu will do the last stand on Left 4 Dead 2. We are currently less than $2,000 away from that. You've got to make sure that that gets met before the end of Left 4 Dead 2. Now, while we're getting set up for that, we are going to go over to our Tuesday recap, and we've got everybody here ready to go for that. So I'm going to send it over to Spike Vegeta, Kizaron, Blecky, and Jay Hobbs.
Thank you so much, Enigma. We are excited to bring you the daily recap for Tuesday. We're going to break down all of the games that you might have missed that you should go back and tune in for. I say all of them. We don't have enough time for that. We're going to break into a few of them. How is everybody doing today? You have a good Tuesday?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So many good runs today. Very, very fun. Big claps, big clap energy.
I love the
I've done interviews.
I love the Discord problem of like, nobody wants to talk first because we're all worried about the latency. It's all good. It's all good. Well, we are excited. And you know what? Let's just kind of get right into it. Blecky, you were up bright and early. What do we got going on?
Yeah, so Feasel told you to look out for River City Ransom yesterday as we were preparing for today. And boy, he was exactly right. This game is just hilarious. So it was making me laugh all the way through. There was one part in particular which really cracked me up. Let's check out this clip. So they enter this warehouse here, and there's just this series of like beating people with kind of this crate where they kick it against the wall. Let's especially watch Will on the right here. He's going to go to the other side and then, okay. He just clocks this guy with the crate, right? Then the boss comes out. By the way, there were two of those guys, not just one. The boss comes out. He hucks it against the wall, kicks it against the wall into him. Let's see. He does this little like hoppity hop hop hop. And then after he kills the boss, he actually has to do a death warp with the box. So he just knocks it against his head. Let's watch that once more. Again, watch this right side here. He's going to go over, clock a couple guys, which like little beknownst to us, it's actually two people. He's going to clock those guys with the box. Beat up this guy with a box. Then he's not done. There's little shorty hop hop. There it is. And then he's gonna do the Tommy boy, they called it, kicking this box into the wall, taking damage, and then chucking it against this box and killing himself with it to warp out. Cracks me up.
I love that movie. But we got to roll and keep going. I was going to say Mega Man. That was a great run.
Yeah, Mega Man was so good too. So we got just this insane warp here. So again, this is a one hit KO run. Cool Kid only took 2 damage, which led to 2 deaths. But let's watch this Iceman fight here. So again, if he takes 1 damage during this fight, he dies and he needs to start over. So watch this precise movement. His health in the upper left is 1 health. Watch these precise jumps. Oh. He has to jump through those ice, and he just has to keep going like this. He has to do this for both this fight and the refight. It's absolutely unreal. And he didn't take a death on either Iceman fight. You got to check that out. It's insane to see.
I was clenching the entire time, and another one I was clenching during was my boy Mumu Akai finally getting a solo showcase here at GDQ in Shovel Knight, Spectre Knight. I know it's been, but look at all of it. He does have a lot of headphones on. You're right. Getting to see all this awesome movement tech here in the New Game Plus category, getting to showcase all that, and then look at the boss fights here. Okay, the boss fight's only going to be on screen for about 6 seconds. Throw one to the left. He's going to go to the left, go to the right, and he dies. He just explodes. Has a big health bar. Normally the bosses do not take 14 seconds to die. Anyways, going out into this crusher skip right here at the end of the run, the clutchiest moment of the run, on close to PB pace, barely able to slow down time, skirt over the spikes, slow down time again, barely got back up and into the little cave, getting across. It was an unbelievably clench-filled run all the way through. Mumu absolutely killed it.
Now, I wasn't able to watch too many runs today, but we did have Cuphead, one that I was able to catch. Cuphead, super notorious for how hard it is to play. This was smooth as butter. And then on top of that, I love quirky stuff. There's your quirky moment of the day. He's just chilling in the boss, like easy boss, easy done. There's just nothing else to really say. Other than, I don't want to drag this on.
Not at all. Oh, wow. You brought it back. Not at all boss people are ever worried about in that game. All right, Hades. Come on. How could I not mention Hades? It just happened. We saw 3 different weapons. I'm going to show you the same boss fight with all 3. This is the one with the bad RNG throughout the entire run, okay? This is the shield run. The boss, if you didn't notice, this one that, again, people found pretty challenging casually, already dead. So we're going to move on very quickly to the second run, the bow run. This is your consistent run, right? And often consistency doesn't necessarily mean that much speed. It just means that you're doing well. Oh, I'm sorry. The boss is already halfway dead. Oh, okay. Well, then I guess this one's just going to be fast as well. And you can see the difference, just how much experience Vorim has doing these runs, that the bad RNG and then the consistent one, not that far apart from each other. But guess what? There's more. There's the third run with the fast weapon, the rail here. And again, just watch them explode. This is even with the 2 bosses splitting apart from each other so that he couldn't get like the optimal, they're always grouped up and always dealing damage to both of them. And it's just going, and almost gone, but I messed up my timing. And there it is. Really great, super fast. And Vorim is so on top of it that he still always had time to go thank the Friendly Shade, their fan. Incredible run. Highly recommend checking out the entire indie block, really, but also all the runs that we just pointed out. Also want to give big shout outs. It happened last night, but it was after the previous daily recap. The Diablo 3 co-op run. I mean, come on. Yeah. Like, they called their shot in the interview, first of all, saying like, we're going to world record, no worries. Like, come on, it'll be easy. And then not only did they do it, they crushed it. Mm-hmm. They crushed it by so much that they actually beat the co-op record that had 1 extra person. They were not expecting to be able to do that. I loved the coordination in that run too, how you could hear all of the communication between them while also still getting excellent commentary about what was going on. Even if you know nothing about Diablo like I did going into it, give it a look. I thought it was great.
I played devil's advocate and said they wouldn't get it either, and I look like a fool. I just look like more than I usually do, but.
Right, yeah, I mean, that's pretty standard for your character, but we'll go ahead. And as we're wrapping up here, a fantastic day. Again, just an incredible day of speed runs. Let's start looking at what's going to be coming up tomorrow or maybe even later tonight. Yeah, we got a lot going on Wednesday. Spike, I mean, hey, hit me up with something.
I'm going to hit you with already one of my 2 most anticipated runs in the marathon. Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City. I know everyone in chat is going, what? But you already donated for it, $2,300.45. Stay up for another 6 hours and you'll get to watch it. The run is so good. Also, I want to give a quick shout outs to The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. It's going to be the last day or last game of the day tomorrow before the recap. And I want to shout it out because it's going to be an amazing run. Gymnast is going to break it over once again, but also Kittymon is one of the names up for the naming incentive. Kittymon, bring her on screen. Oh, hello, my baby. Oh, no. She got dunked on my head. Oh, this is my adorable cat, and we can name Link after her. So if you want to put all your money, everyone, down for a good cause, and that good cause is naming Link after my cat, that should be the option. Link Kittymon, Kittymon. It's like a Pokemon.
All right. Enough from you. We're done. Blecky, what are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Yeah, well, now I'm looking forward to Kittymon, honestly. But besides that, I want to see Yoshi's Island, currently slotted for 8 p.m. We haven't seen 100% in quite a while, I think, and just one of the best SNES platformer runs all around. It just is constantly seeing new tech. There's so much going on throughout the entire run. All these egg shots going on. It's incredible. Also, yeah, I'm commentating on this other run, but I'm going to shout it out. Into the Breach tomorrow morning. What a solid strategy game. It's this roguelike, probably lasts only 10 minutes, but it just flies by. Like, I played this game a bunch, and every time it takes me hours just because my mind is constantly ticking and thinking out how to even beat this crazy puzzle/strategy game. But yeah, it's insane. He does it in right around 10 minutes. Unbelievable. You'll want to check it out. Keys, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm going to cheat a little bit because I really love Left 4 Dead 2. I love playing custom maps, custom campaigns, all that stuff. It's something I've spent hundreds of hours with friends. And I'm just always excited to see any sort of representation for any childhood memory. So I'm super excited for Left 4 Dead 2, which is literally right after the daily recap. Waifu's going to absolutely kill it.
Big old donation incentive for that one as well. That still needs to get met, everybody. So come on, make it happen. I bet we could push $500,000 raised for the Prevent Cancer Foundation tonight if everybody really tried. It has been an amazing day, and I have been loving it. The last stuff I want to shout out, I am also going to kind of cheat a little bit because I'm going to shout out a block. I think this marathon has been...
That's cheating.
It is. I don't care. This marathon has been like some of the best blocks we've seen in any games done quick ever. Like we had the Sonic block with the 2 world records. We had the indie block that everybody just saw. I don't have to hype up more why that was great. Well, tomorrow we got the PlayStation Nation coming in, and honorable mention the DS game Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, because like that is a really cool game. And then it goes from there into Spyro Reignited Trilogy for Spyro 3 with Zik, great runner. Crash Bandicoot 1 Insane Trilogy. I mean, come on, I gotta shout it out as a Crash runner. Death Cow's gonna kill it there. And then Ratchet and Clank Going Commando is gonna be a fantastic race between Zem and Dilwingo. Be sure, everybody, to please check out all that stuff because I think it's going to be really fun. And with that, I think that pretty much wraps up your
There's so much going on in this marathon. God.
I know, like this one, I felt like, we're going to be really fast on it, but we had too much to say. I'm sorry, but with that, we've taken up enough of your time. Let's go watch Left 4 Dead 2. Fantastic run. Should be coming up right next.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody. I agree. Tuesday was an amazing day, and we are about to get started on another amazing day. Again, welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2021 Online. I am an eternal enigma, and I've been brought here for 2 things that I know very well: hype and horror. That's right. We have the spooky games block coming up. And just to echo what Jay Hobbs said about some of the best blocks we've ever seen on a GDQ, I may be a little biased, but I got to say, this has got to be perhaps the best spooky games block we have ever seen on Games Done Quick. We have a whole bunch of them coming up for you. And more importantly, we've got a whole bunch of great spooky game speedrunners. Coming up next is going to be Left 4 Dead 2 with a waifu. We are still getting that set up. And breaking news, before waifu even got back on the screen or got on the screen with the game, we have met the last stand incentive. We have hit $30,000, which means you will see the last stand for Left 4 Dead 2. Thank you very much, everybody. You're going to get some extra Left 4 Dead 2 action. Thank you for meeting that incentive. Excellent stuff. And just a reminder that we are here. Awesome Games Done Quick 2021 Online is brought together to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Find out more about them at preventcancer.org. Let me check a donation here if we got any while we're still getting set up here. Oh, well, how about this? We have a $250 donation from Unlimited Hacks 13 that says, "Last Stand." Thank you very much, Unlimited Hacks.